Broadcast Amsterdam. It's Broadcast Amsterdam. It's Friday morning, and don't know what you were up to last night. Some of you might have been playing video games. The last time I played a video game, it was a black and white screen, and we had a bit of green cellophane tape across the top just to add a little bit of colour. Shoot 'em up, don't kill your barricades, and Space Invaders. Loved it. But gaming has moved on a little bit, and I'm joined today by two gamers. One of them here in the Netherlands, Samuel. Good morning.
Good morning.
And one of them, Julien, a little bit further away. Julien, where are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm from Ukraine, and right now I'm in Ukraine.
So you're in Ukraine. You're in the Netherlands. Whereabouts in the Netherlands? Over the Achterhoek, right? Over that end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you two meet then?
Well, I actually just went on Twitch and went on over to the Clash Royale category and searched on English streamers, and I saw Julien streaming, and I just clicked on him to have a try and watch him, and yeah, that's how we met.
For anyone who doesn't know, what is Twitch? Julien, if you explain that one, what is Twitch? Because a lot of our listeners won't have a clue what that is.
Okay, so the Twitch is the platform, gaming platform. So where the creators are just playing games, or there is a category actually chatting, just chatting. So yeah, you just watch people play games and enjoy, communicate with them, and whatever. You enjoy it your time.
And so you're chatting away to each other. And when you first started talking, Samuel, did you know that Julien was in Ukraine at the time?
Yeah, he had a tag under his name which said Ukraine, so I knew he was from there. And then I asked him, about the situation there.
And what was the response? I mean, what was your reaction?
Well, I thought it was very sad about, just people not living in the cities up north in Ukraine, because they all fled. And he told about destroyed flats and buildings, and it made me feel very sad.
Yeah, because obviously your life here is quite different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah. Julien, you're still doing the gaming. You're still trying to get on with life as much as normal. How different is it these days? I mean, it must be your world must have been turned upside down.
So actually, where I live, it's on the border with Poland. The city is called Lviv. Here, everything seems like calm as it was before and everything. So yeah, we are just living our lives as it was, not quite as it was before, but it seems like it's, but everything is upside down, and we see this news every day, and we get these alarms going every day almost. So still gaming and enjoying some time.
Yeah, I mean, Lviv is still under attack though from time to time, right? There have been some shellings.
Yes, correct.
And I mean, what happens during that? You have to rush off to a shelter?
So at the beginning, when the war started, we were like going to the basement and hiding whatever between like two walls. So if you don't want to go to the basement, you need to hide between two walls. From the street, you have one wall, two wall, you hide like that and whatever. But now people are okay with that and not really hiding and whatever. So in Lviv, it's when you hear the alarm, they don't really often. The missiles don't really often land here because we have all the defense and everything. So, thank you for them, for these people.
Yeah, I can't begin to imagine what it must be like. It's incredibly close. Where you live, Samuel, it's the far east end of the Netherlands, where Lviv is. It's kind of the same distance as Land's End to John O'Groats in the UK. From one end of the country right up to the other end of the country, it's roughly the same distance. I think it's always surprising just how close it's happening. Is that? I mean, that must have come home to you as well a little bit when you were talking to Julien.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I actually realized the danger he was in, that it was very close to me. Yeah.
How do you think you would be able to cope? Do you think you'd be able to cope? Like he's coping? He seems extremely cheerful. It's just as
Yeah.
if nothing's happening. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal. Do you think you'd be able to go about life in the same way?
No, I don't think so. I think I would be, yeah, a little traumatized, of course, and yeah, just thinking about all of the people in around the country. Yeah, I think that for a sensitive person like me, that wouldn't be, yeah, a fun life.
It's a horrible world to think that it's all just spitting distance away. You said yourself, Julien, people aren't hiding in the shelters anymore. They're trying to just get on with everything as normal. I mean, do you think the rest of the world is forgetting about the war in Ukraine?
Maybe not the governments. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many news do you get about Ukraine and everything. So this is also not criteria, but the thing that you might be, if you get one news per week about Ukraine, yeah, you might be forgetting about it. It might be the case, but I don't think so. It's like 50-50.
Yeah, and I mean, you're saying you're on Twitch. You and Samuel met on Twitch, so you're obviously meeting people and you're telling people about it as well. Is that? Do you think that's important? Is that helping?
Yeah, of course, it's helping to spread the word and everything to get the news from my mouth and how do I see this and everything from the inside. So yeah, it spreads the word. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It must be a very strange situation to be in. Do you have family in other parts of the country as well, though, who are more severely affected than you are?
Kind of. I have family in Kiev, and they moved to the Poland. From the beginning, they moved to the Poland for a few months, but yeah, then the father came back to the Kiev to do the job because all the business and everything is there. Yeah, their house and everything, luckily, is fine, and everything is fine. Their parents are fine and everything. So yeah, only in Kiev and not anywhere else.
You've chosen to stay in Ukraine. Your family's chosen to stay there. I know we've got people listening today from Ukraine who have moved here to the Netherlands since the war broke out. Do you have a message for them as well? What's it like? Is there something you want to tell them?
Well, it's their choice. Everyone is. I know people. I know my friends who moved, to Europe, and it's their choice. And I understand. I completely understand them. It's fear. It's mostly the fear of. One day is okay, and one day you can just everything like disappears or whatever. And so it's totally fine. It's their choice, and I understand them completely.
And Samuel, when did you two meet, by the way? When did you meet? Just recently this week?
Actually on Monday evening we met. He was actually streaming for 10 minutes and I watched his stream for 9 hours long just to chat with him.
So it's quite a good friendship developing out of this then so far. Yeah? And you've spoken every day too as well, I'm sure, since then.
Yeah.
They're nodding. At some point, do you two want to meet each other, have a coffee together, a milkshake?
Samuel?
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, one of the cases is that I was playing some games on a console, on an Xbox, and I got those really, really close friends, with which I was playing for years when I was young, and then when I grown up. They are in Germany. We met each other and it was a lot of fun. So one day we can meet with Samuel. Take some, get some coffee and whatever, chat.
Yeah. Well, I hope it all happens. I mean, and it's fascinating to talk to you, I have to say. I mean, I found it fascinating. I mean, Samuel, I mean, do you have a message for your fellow schoolmates here in the Netherlands who are just getting on with their lives and not actually necessarily gaming? Maybe they're not on Twitch. Maybe they're not talking to people in Ukraine. Do you have a message for them to just sort of remind them what it's all about?
Well, I actually think that the people living in Ukraine that don't deserve any of this because, of course, they're all just living their own lives and just getting on with their own lives. And I don't think that invading a country solves anything you would ever want.
It's just imagine that one day you wake up and yeah, the missiles flying. You see the news, the missiles flying near you and everything. It's just explodes your mind and whatever. You are in panic and you don't know what to do. And yeah, sorry, I get the tears on my eyes. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just and I'm just very thankful for the. Sorry, just give me 1 minute, okay?
It's quite all right. I take your time. It is emotional. I've often thought if the missiles were flying in and hitting churches and buildings around me in Amsterdam, just how I would feel. So I can totally imagine, or not even imagine, but I can understand that you must be going through hell. Wow.
Yes. So yeah, just want to say that we are really, really thankful for the whole world and all the countries helping us and supporting. It's really appreciated. Yes. I don't know if we would last so long if without support, humanitarian support and everything. So yeah. And thank you, Chris, so much.
You're very welcome. We send a massive hug to you both from Broadcast Amsterdam. Thank you for joining me today. And good luck with everything and with your life over there in Ukraine. Thank you. And thank you, Samuel, too.
Thank you too.
Chris. Yes, thank you, Chris.
Broadcast Amsterdam. Broadcast Amsterdam.